How you doing? I didn't vlog yesterday. Um, it's now February 8th, 2010. It's R1P3 day 18 for me. Okay, as you may or may not know, 2 days ago on day 16, I came in at 293.6, which was a bit above my LDW, a few pounds over. The prior day I had consumed some pistachio nuts, and I think they were the culprit. It was, those things you start eating them and you can't stop. Before you know it, you've had like 2 handfuls of them, and I think that was it. Plus they were salty. So the following day, I did a steak day. So yesterday morning, I was 291.8. Okay, so that was a little bit lower. It was a little less than 2 pounds. Not as much as I had hoped for. So yesterday I had, I had a regular breakfast. I had bacon and eggs. I didn't really have lunch per se. I wasn't really hungry. The bacon and eggs filled me up pretty well. And I had a nice, regular steak for dinner. Not 2 steaks, not a London broil, just a steak. The rib kind with the bone. And some celery. I had like 2 stalks of celery before that because I want that. I don't know how many. I have to go get some vegetables, but just to get something green in me. So this morning I came in at 288.6, which once again I'm below my LDW of 289.8. So and I didn't really intend on doing a steak day yesterday. It wasn't really a steak day because I had breakfast, but it was a steak day for dinner. I like steak, so there's not many people who don't. If you don't, I feel bad for you because it's one of my favorite things in the world to eat, and it's easy to cook too. So okay, that's that. So I'm below my LDW. We'll see if I can maintain that or I screw it up again. Anyway, Paul sent me a message about P2 interruption because I did that at Christmas time, Christmas and New Year's. Sorry, didn't sleep that well last night. Woke up with a sore back, so I'm yawning. I have to say, well, look, I don't regret doing the break in P2 because if I hadn't done it, I may have really screwed up P2 during the holiday time. Okay. While I generally stayed away from sweets during that time, except for maybe Christmas Day, which I still didn't overdo really. At least I was able to partake in certain rich foods on the fat protein side. Okay. I will say though, I have to be honest, when I went back on P2 for what was it, 2 or 3 weeks before finally giving up the ghost and going with P3 for a while, because I had stopped losing. Losing was not easy. For some reason, I just, in my mind, I didn't really lose that much after the break, so I don't know how negatively that affected me. It may have. So for me, it's like a 50-50, I have to say, for that P2 break. Do it at your own risk. Know what you're headed out for. You're heading for. I'm looking at. I was in the mid 290s on December 24th, which is the day, I took a break. I started the break that night. It was Christmas Eve, and I went from, trying to chart this here. It was about a week. No, it was about 10 days, I guess. Yeah. I went from 295.8. I pretty much stuck to my weight during that time. I stayed in the 295s until the 30th. And then on the 31st, I was 297.6. Then I kind of crept up to 299 on New Year's Day. That was the ribs, leftover ribs. But up to 2.2 I went up the day before. I believe came from those ribs. Remember I complained about that? And then on January 2nd, I was down 3. And all I had was breakfast and a large piece of beef that night, similar to what I did yesterday. Then I was 297 on the 3rd. You know, I didn't say when I went. You know, I didn't mark on my spreadsheet the exact day I went back on the stuff. I think it was the 2nd. And then I kind of hovered around the 296, 297 area until the 9th. Then on the 10th, I was 294. I felt I was back on track. Then 293, 291.2, which was good on the 12th. 290 on the 13th. And then I was 291 again. I just felt like I was hovering that whole week around 291. And then I was 288.6 to 289.8 between the 17th and the 19th of January and the 20th of January, which is when I stopped taking HCG. I waited the 3 days. So, you know, and now I'm in that same weight range now, so I've maintained from my LDW pretty much. So like I said, I don't feel like the weight loss wasn't, it was like stalled, it wasn't really going anywhere. Perhaps it was just a plateau and I could have broken through it. But at that point, I had just figured I was on P2 for, you know, over 50 days. That I was beyond what Simeon's recommended, and I probably should just take a break just in case it was immunity. I didn't really know one way or the other for sure. It just felt like the right time. I was getting sick of the VLCD, and I just think I needed a break. So my situation's probably, you know, it's unique to me, just like yours is unique to you. So I could just provide that kind of insight. You know, I took my break around the time when people would normally maybe go off P2 anyway. So, you know, I went back on. I didn't really lose that much. I lost a little bit, and then I decided to cut my losses and move on. So that's all I could offer is my experience, and do what's right for you. But my particular experience was that after my P2 break, I did not lose nearly as well as before. And that heralded the end of my P2. But again, it could be just because I was near the end anyway for that phase, that round and phase. You know, I wish I could provide more, better information. But that's about it. I mean, looking back on my spreadsheet, that's why you should keep a spreadsheet. For you people who don't, track your progress, track it, because you could always look back. I'm not a record keeper type of a person. I'm really not. But this is one of the best things I ever did, was at least track myself, my weights and the dates and all of that, so you know how many days. It's really, really good. So I guess I'll leave it there for now. I don't really have anything else right now, so I'll, you know, and since my weight's down, I can have breakfast this morning, which is nice. It's actually kind of early for me. All right. Talk to you later. Happy releasing. Bye.